Mass Media.
Welcome to Anything But Cliché, a place for real talk about age gaps, culture clashes, and all the things people whisper about but rarely discuss out loud.
Yeah, we're kind of defining a relationship on our own terms.
I would say unconventional relationship.
In every sense of the term. So many dynamics that come into our relationship. Our races, our age. You're like basically on Social Security.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, I love you.
Here are your hosts, Clifton and Shay.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Anything But Cliché. I'm Clifton.
I'm Shay.
And together we're Cliché. How you doing, Shay?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So I think this is officially our first solo episode. Are you excited for it?
Yeah, besides pickups, actually it is our first solo episode.
Yeah, we've had pickups and then we were interviewed on episode 1. Mm-hmm. So that was technically not just the two of us.
I know.
The dynamic duo.
I want more episodes of just us.
Okay. So we talked a lot about how to close out season 1. Mm. And this is the final episode of season 1. We're going to get into our relationship. Are you ready for this?
No. It makes me scared because I feel like, I'm opening Pandora's box.
Oh, really?
In kind of a way.
Okay.
I feel like our close people to us know us.
They do. But
then there's people that might not see both of us on every day that we have that are friends.
Okay.
And might not know the dynamic of our relationship.
Okay.
Or, that scares me.
Why?
Because I don't know. I don't want it to get in between us or mess up something that, I don't know. I feel like this is precious to me.
This relationship?
Yeah, it's something that's sacred to me. And I don't want, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. So I only care so much. But then I can say that because it's been such a small, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
Not focus group. It's been a small group of people, really, in my life ever. Now I realize I'm opening up a dynamic to where, it's not theoretically just us. Anyone can
listen,
podcast.
But what's more likely is that it's still just our close friends that are listening.
I'm Delulu.
I know you are.
So everyone's listening to it.
Everyone. Yeah,
Delulu
everyone.
is the Salulu.
Fantastic. So I guess, when we started talking about how to close out season 1, I think you had the idea to, talk more about us because, at the end of the day, we do talk about a lot of different topics, but it's always us.
We're so interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
I
about
would
all
want to
that.
know everything about us.
You want to know everything about us.
I know.
Okay. So let's start with, how we define our relationship. Do you have a term for it? Because we've never really made it official.
I know. I let you run with it, which
Yeah.
I think is why I've been fearful. Not fearful. I've been cautious about who I open it up to. So the people absolutely closest to me know our dynamic and what's going on. And even to be honest, I've kind of sheltered because on my side, no one knows that. But on your side, your friends know you and they know who you are. Mm-hmm. So it's been easier for me to just be they know what our relationship is or just where we are in the fact, and they kind of respect it. My fear is opening up about it and everyone feeling like it's kind of misogynistic and you're deciding it and I'm just getting along to go along.
Well, I think in any relationship, both parties have to be aligned in order for there to be a relationship, right?
Yeah.
If one person wants one thing and another person wants another thing, then that's not really a relationship, right?
No.
So I think we've kind of been beating around the bush a little bit and not really saying, what we're doing. But I guess when it comes down to it, we're not in a monogamous relationship by definition.
Yeah.
But have you been on a date with anyone since we started dating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
How long ago did you piss me off? Just kidding. No, I feel like that's why I feel like it's different, right?
Okay.
Because I feel like we've had this conversation, and I remember like maybe it was like a couple of weeks after I was dating. Well, I know it was after I came back from Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Last year, and I was like, I really like this guy. Like,
which guy? This guy?
Yeah, apparently. And I remember where we were and everything, because I just never had a man be like, okay, like, how do you feel about an open relationship?
Right.
And
but
I just shut it down there.
Yeah, I don't think we ever really said, how do you feel about an open relationship?
You didn't ask me how I felt about an open relationship, but you basically, like, it wasn't a yes or no answer. Open relationship came into play. So the way I perceived it was probably so different. And at that time, it was still like this, we probably were dating, like, not even really dating. It was still so casual.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some people use the term dating. Some people say seeing each other. Some people,
I feel like
everyone
we were
defines
like
it differently.
Seeing each other.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like...
We had been on a few dates. We were, I guess, seeing each other. And, it unfolded. And this is going back to over a year ago, right?
Yeah.
It unfolded where we just started seeing each other more frequently and more frequently. And then... I think you had asked me at one point, can we be monogamous? Or you said,
I said, are we going to do this? Or like, what are we?
Yeah.
Like, are we doing this?
And I think what I said was, I'm really happy with how it is right now. Why do we need to change anything?
That's not what you said at first.
What did I say at first?
You mentioned an open relationship.
I don't think I ever did say open relationship, because I don't like that. I don't like the implication of that. I don't like that term. I mean, because it just sounds gross. You know what I mean? Like, it's
you
like,
just want to be out here slanging.
Yeah, it's like it kind of gives swinger connotations. It gives like just we're dating, but we're out here screwing other people or whatever. And then it just, I don't know. It just didn't sound right to me.
And I think that's why I've always been like hesitant, because unless it's, my close friends that, or, my sisters that I'm explaining it to, I'm like, it can seem again so misogynistic, like, oh, you're in another relationship where a guy's making all the decisions and you're just getting along to get along. Like, what do you want? And I will say, so I'll backtrack. I don't know if you necessarily use the words open or whatever, but I do know when I brought it up to you, it wasn't like monogamous. You didn't want that. And I was just so taken aback, because I'm like, I've never, like, this is never, and it took a lot for me to be like, what the fuck are we? And you were kind of like, X, Y, and Z. So I will take back. It wasn't like you said, oh, I want to be I want to be open, or I want to like be out here, whatever. It was just like, let's be in a relationship kind of like this. And I was just very taken aback. Like, okay, I've never done this before. I've never been like approached by this before, and like, this fucking man has the gall to sit here. I definitely finished my brunch and my mimosa.
It was over brunch. Okay, that's...
Yeah, I literally remember because I talked to my therapist about it, and I realized that I kind of wanted to make us exclusive for my own insecurity. It wasn't because I did like you, of course. Like, I did want to be with you, but the priority of it was I felt like, because you had told me when I got back from Hawaii, I asked you, I'm like, did you go on a date while I was gone? And I literally thought you were going to say no. And you're like, yeah, I did. I'm like, I think I need a double of whatever I have right now. Because I thought
I do remember that reaction.
Anyone would lie to me. And I did not expect you to tell me the truth. But I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck. You know, I was like, fuck. And I think it probably was the next weekend, the week, 2 weekends after, where I was like, I like want to be exclusive. And it just wasn't what you pictured yourself for, or whatever was said, because I wouldn't say verbatim. But I talked to my therapist about it, and I realized, I'm like, my way of making him commit to me was me feeling like I was like this is gonna like settle some insecurity.
I see.
So you were gonna be with me in your mind and no one else's, and like, you know, and it took a lot for me to admit that. But I realized that's honestly all it was. I just wanted to be like, he's mine, and I'm not sharing him with anyone else, and like, fuck all you guys.
So I guess I should probably give a little bit of backstory for why I was resistant, or so resistant to, you know, just being in a committed situation with you.
My man.
Yeah. Yo, man. And it's primarily because, you know, the relationships that I had that were recent, but prior to you, when I say recent, I would say like over the past, like maybe 3 years or so before meeting you, I tended to rush into things. And they all like took off really fast. And, you know, the standard sort of thinking or whatever is, you know, you have to be aloof, right? You have to like act like you're not interested or whatever, so that the other party like stays more interested. And then you don't know if she's interested, so then you like come in a little bit more. It's the push and pull nonsense, right? So I had thrown that out the window in my previous relationships, and I would just tell the person, hey, look, I'm really into you, and you know, like, let's just do away with all the, you know, the extra nonsense that we're supposed to do, and let's do this. Yeah, let's just jump right in. And in doing that, I mean, it was like a firework or whatever, right? It shot up fast, had a big explosion, and then faded away, right? And it was gone. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to do that again. And so I sort of pushed you. I don't know if I should say pushed you away, or if I should say like, I guess I just kept you at arm's length a little bit. And then our relationship really blossomed, and I absolutely loved the way it was and still is. So then I was like, okay, now we're doing great, and I really am happy with the way this is. So let's just keep doing it like this, you know? And yeah, to a certain extent, like if a date fell in my lap somehow, like going out with that person and not having to say, hang on.
Okay.
And, you know, and not having to say, yeah, I have a girlfriend, like that started to have some appeal to me, which is shitty. Earlier. I was going to say, I'll fuck you up right now. Oh, look out. I wouldn't fuck you up, but if you were like, I don't have a girlfriend, I'd be like, is that how you're prefacing it? Well, I refer, like, when I introduce you, most of the time I will say this is my girlfriend, but we've never actually had that conversation. I don't introduce you that way. Like when I introduced you to the housekeeper the other day, right? I didn't really know how else, because I was...
Yeah, you called me tu novia.
I did, because I didn't know how to say it in Spanish. Like,
I'm just fucking her and having a good time. You're so disrespectful.
I didn't know how to say it's complicated in Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's not really complicated, but...
You make it complicated.
I know. So I guess
therapy.
At the end of the day, like, you know that I love you. I know you love me. We are in the midst of just an incredible relationship because, like, we've never had a fight. Mm-hmm. Like,
this might be our...
Yeah. We get along so well. Like,
yeah.
You know, I've met your parents. You've met most of my family. Like, you know, and it just, I mean, hell, we just took a trip together with my mom and my sister and
amazing.
Yeah, and my sister-in-law.
By the way, if we break up, I'm gonna keep you guys and leave him.
Oh,
it was so fun.
Yeah, my family's they're good people.
Them. Yeah.
My circle is small but mighty. You know, I've got a lot of good people around me. I'm very fortunate with that. And everyone loves you. I mean, it's really a tribute to you. Every single person I've ever introduced you to that actually has more than, you know, hi, nice to meet you, actually has time to like talk to you about for more than, 30 seconds. They all are like, oh my God, I love Shay. She's incredible. I mean, and you are. Like, we wouldn't be sitting here right now if I didn't think.
So should I get up? I'm just kidding.
So, yeah. I guess, so that's kind of where we stand, Do
you always tell people, like, our relationship works? When it doesn't work for me, I will let you know and everyone else.
Sure.
Because I feel like, again, like, that's always what my biggest drawback. And, like, for me, it was really important, especially for my sister, to come spend my birthday and be around you because they know me through every phase of my life. Mm-hmm. And they know, like, I've just never had my family meet someone and be like, we fucking love them. Never in life. Never. Not even, like, one collectively. Like, everyone might be behind my back like, we can't stand him. And one's like, oh my God, I love him. I see what you see. Everyone's always just been like, where do you find these people? And everyone's just loved you. And they love us together. And, like, you guys make sense. Like, you guys are both, like, equally inappropriate. Like, you both, we're just, I think we definitely complement each other.
Yeah.
I always do wonder, I think our biggest fight, I don't even think it'll be a fight because I feel like we have the same communication method where, for me, I'll speak for myself. I understand if I want to have a point come across or if I'm upset, acting out or like doing the most is not getting my point across because now we're talking about my actions as opposed to like, why did you come to me and why did you want to have this conversation? So I honestly, and I do think I'm like, okay, what's going to be your like point where you tell Clifton like, it's this or not. Like, when am I going to give him an ultimatum? I'm not an ultimatum.
The ultimatum.
But I'm not an ultimatum person. And I honestly don't feel like it will get there. Because, again, I feel like the people, like, especially your friends, are, like, very so supportive. I guess in understanding in who you are and, like, have taken time to, like, try to get to know me. And that they're like, this isn't a situation where you're making a decision and I'm just like getting along to go along. Like, they know we care about each other and love each other. And it's just about me being patient with you, which I highly, highly recommend therapy. I know someone.
For me?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I've had therapy.
No, I think you need to go on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that therapy benefits all people, right? Yeah, it's nice just to be able to like speak to someone who has no skin in the game and is not affiliated with
Unbiased.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great, it's a great way to just sort of air one's own grievances without having to do so to someone who's like, a family member, a friend, a coworker, or whatever. All those people are invested in you in some way. And then, a therapist is just, they're just there to hear what
Take your money.
Yeah. But yeah, so of course, therapy would benefit me as much as the next guy,
You have commitment issues. But after what you were saying with
you're only saying that because I haven't committed to you.
No, but
if we had committed already, would you say I have commitment issues?
Of course.
Okay.
Because I have known about your past and I'm like, everyone else has been, but I get it. You've been, so I guess there's like a difference. So I got in a relationship. I was engaged. We did everything for 5 years. That, like, when I ended that was very, like, and men are also different than women. So for me ending it, I was out of it before I ended it.
Yeah.
And then it took me a while. And then when I got out of it, I was just like, the next person that I'm with or I want to commit to, like, I'm going to be sure about. I'm not going to jump into anything. And it's also easy, like, yeah, I had like flings and I had like situationships. I love me a good situationship. Oh my God. 10 out of 10 highly suggest a situationship. You don't need to wife these girls. Just like, oh my God. I feel like I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
It's different.
So, Shay and her self-awareness over here.
Wait, it doesn't last as long, girls. It shouldn't last as long. But I've had good situationships since that, that long-term relationship. And then before I met you, I also went on this like dry spell of dating and just everything that entails of a dry spell. And I felt like when I met you, I just had a different mindset. Like, okay. It wasn't like you were the first guy I dated during that mindset. I kind of like went through that. And it's like when you go through that dry spell, you can just sniff out so much bullshit. Like you're thinking with just different mindset.
When you told me that you were celibate for 6 months before we met, that sounded like bullshit to me.
No, I literally was.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because
you just couldn't find a willing partner?
No, trust me. I wasn't the willing one.
Yeah, they're lined up at your door, huh?
I wish. That's different. But trust me, it could have been easy, but I was just like, I'm doing the same thing and like, I'm not really into it. Like, And then even when I first met you, I was still very much like, okay, another guy, he's hot, whatever. We had good conversation, like, cool. I want to see him again. Great. I did not think what was going to happen. Well,
and what happened? You fell in love?
Fuck around. I fuck around and found out. But I was just like, wait. Like, but I've heard of things where women say they fast, which means they're like celibate, they're not dating. Then all of a sudden they meet. It's like your third eye is so clear. You meet. Or you surround yourself with someone of value as opposed to like, okay, at least you're slanging. But at least you're giving me some good mindset. So even if you just walk out and leave right now, it's like, okay, I got some and I got some,
Okay.
Unlike men, you guys probably just throw it around.
Throw what around?
I'm trying to be PG.
Why?
Your dick.
Oh, I knew what I just was trying to get you to say it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
what you slang?
My dick?
Yes.
I sling my dick around?
Definitely sling around town.
Around the bedroom, I'll be like...
No, around town, TJ.
Okay, fair. I've done my fair share of
You're a man
exploration.
whore.
I don't know about all that. You think so?
I 100%.
You don't know.
You're right. I don't ask.
Exactly.
But I also don't care about what you did before me.
Yeah. I mean, we all had a life before you or before each other, and we'll have a life after each other, you know?
You had a life 17 years before me.
Yeah. I know.
You
I was
been
there.
slinging.
Yeah. Well, and there's going back to the therapy thing, I think that, because I didn't feel a lot of like love and appreciation from my family, I sought out the approval of others and,
Was that women?
yeah. Well, approval of others in general, but it's easier to get the approval of women than it is to get the approval of men,
Mm-hmm.
So like I would definitely seek out like sexual partners as a way of like essentially validating myself, right? Like if you can get a girl to sleep with you, then like it's a way of saying, hey, I'm doing things well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, most women aren't just going to sleep with some scrub, Well, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about quality women, right? Anyway, no, I'm just saying, like...
It takes a scrub sometimes to realize that you're a quality woman.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, I know that about myself, that I definitely, like, used sex to, validate myself.
I did too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that, especially people, like, who have, maybe fractured family situations,
Or trauma.
Yeah, trauma. So yeah, I definitely, can, I guess, admit or come to terms with that. But, being aware of that it does help, like, as I guess, I'm someone who's closing in on 50, like, quickly. I finally, what's that?
I said my panties.
I finally, like, feel, I don't know, like, that I don't need the validation of others anymore. I've done enough in my life that I feel good about, that I don't care as much. I still want to like be funny and like meet new people and engage with others and, all of those things. I still really enjoy social interactions and stuff like that. But, I don't need to like sleep with someone to feel like good about myself,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've come a long way in that regard.
I would hope at 50.
It's funny though, because
I'm joking.
I've always,
now.
well, no,
I'm joking.
no, that's absolutely fair. I've been like, professionally, I've been super mature for a long time, but personally, I've been very immature for a long time. I've been, I don't know. Oftentimes I've said, until you have kids, you can be a kid. And I don't have any kids, and I don't really have a desire to have children. So in some ways, I gave myself permission to be like youthful and immature and exuberant about life and all of those things. And I think that's, what keeps me young, but it's a double-edged sword because, yeah, you can have that, that joy of life, but also be mature, right, about it. And, coming to terms with those things, and I think is important, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still do a lot of the things, most of the things that I did, 25 years ago.
I think that's what I love about dating you.
What's that?
Like, you're still, like, such a, like, not like a kid, but, like, all these youthful things you do. And I'm like, dude, at that fucking age. Like, seeing you windboard, wakeboard, wind, wake, whatever. Be on the water on a thing that looks like a snowboard. The fact that you can still snowboard. Like, that's stuff that I can't do at this age. Like, even seeing you wakeboard the other day, I was like, there is no like, there's a certain rhythm you have to have. Like, there's no way I'm just gonna get on that and just go. And you were just like, and I feel like you were probably counting yourself out, but I'm like, he looks so fucking hot. Like, he's just so good at everything.
That's really kind of you to say. I am my biggest critic, my own biggest critic. Like, because when I was younger, obviously athletic endeavors were much easier for me. I could do a lot more stuff, and I'm out of practice on a wakeboard or a wave. Would you call it a wave board or
I call it a wave. I was calling it all different things.
Wave. Oh, you call it when we were there a wave board.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a wafer.
Jared's like, what's a wave? I'm like,
yeah, you'll see. No, I don't. But no, I do hold myself to
language.
Yeah. I hold myself to a high standard, and it's hard to be an aging athlete of sorts, right? I mean, I can't do the things that I used to be able to do on a snowboard, a skateboard, a wakeboard, any of those things. And maybe that's why I'm picking up pickleball.
Or young girls.
Well, my dad always used to say, or still does, I don't know if he still says this, but you've heard the old saying, you're only as old as you feel. Mm-hmm. My dad used to say, you're only as old as the women you feel.
So you're 32.
Hey.
But I feel
32. And you feel 49?
No, I feel 40.
Okay, all right.
Like, my knees aren't moving the way they used to. I'm like, I have a fupa.
Like, oh my goodness.
I have a fupa. That's the hardest thing out of all of this.
You don't even know what a fupa is.
Yes. Fatter upper pussy area, and homegirl is growing one. I'm like, damn.
Are you cultivating it? Like,
no, I'm not manifesting it. I'm not cultivating. I'm stopping it.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But to put a bow on the getting older thing, it was actually funny. I was playing pickleball the other night, and this guy I was playing with, I had played a few different matches with him as a teammate and against him. And after, we played for a couple hours, and then he came up to me and he's like, man, you're so quick and this and that. And God, can I ask you, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 49. And he's like, no fucking way. And I was like, yeah. He's like, how long have you been playing? I was like, I don't know, 6 months. He's like, are you serious? Like,
and who got you into playing?
Who went with me on the first session? You did.
No, I'm like, we should do pickleball. Let's try it.
Let's go with that. Sure. It was Shay's idea.
No. Do you disagree?
I wanted to play before, and this is why. Because my friends are all boring now. Sorry, friends who are listening.
I feel like I
don't see them anymore. Like, some of them moved away, and like everyone's just coupled up and like sits in
committed relationships.
Yeah, sitting at home
exclusive.
Like sleeping or something. I don't know what the fuck they do anymore, but we don't do
working.
We don't do anything fun, and then occasionally we do go out or do something, and they're like, "We should do this more often." And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking know." Like, anyway, So
I mentioned it once, and I created a monster.
Well, I want to play with you. It's just that our schedules don't align as well.
They're about to, and I'm a little scared.
Yeah, Sunday we're going to go play.
I know. I'm excited.
But let's get back to us, because that's what this episode is about, right? Mm-hmm. So,
me. Everything's about me.
Everything's about Shay.
Anything
but
and everything
Shay.
But Shay.
Yeah. Let's put a bow on this episode. Let's wrap it up. So where do you want to go with our relationship?
I want you to go to therapy.
Well,
and stop
okay,
having
hold on.
commitment issues.
Okay. I think, and I've mentioned this to you before, we should do an episode where we each have a session with a therapist, and then we bring the therapist on as a guest and have a joint session with the therapist on our podcast.
I think you should do like 3 sessions before.
Oh my God.
No, but I mean, obviously, I'm very upfront. Like, I love you. I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. I never stop you from being who you are. And I would like to get to a point where you're just like, okay. Where it doesn't come to me giving you an ultimatum.
Right, because that won't work, because I have a problem with authority.
I mean, it's not going to work. So I feel like if it gets to that point, we both feel the same way. I'm not giving someone an ultimatum. I will never give someone an ultimatum when it comes to me, because there's no ultimatum. It's me.
Right.
We don't want to get married. We both don't want kids.
Yeah.
Like, we like having fun and having a good time, and just like we both said, or no, we didn't both say, but one thing you said to me is like, when it starts feeling like work, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel the same
That's
way.
actually a really good point. You know, there are so many people who are like, oh, relationships take work and blah, blah, blah. If it's work, then like you're with the wrong person.
Yeah.
Relationships shouldn't take work. Relationships should just like be. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have to be like, it shouldn't feel like a chore to maintain a relationship. It should feel like you want to do things for the other person because that's your person. You know, you want to like lean in. You don't want to like nitpick and poke and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, relationships aren't work.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they are.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be like continuous, hard, grueling.
Right.
Like, this is not fun work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Obviously, we're going to have disagreements. Obviously, there are going to be things. I know. Right now.
Yeah, this is about the only thing we disagree about.
I know.
And maybe it's a big thing. I don't know.
I think for other people, 100% it might be. But I feel because of our dynamic and like, this has just been the most mature, like, it's just great. That I get where you say why fix what's broken, but that's only going to work for like,
if it ain't
I'm not going to
broke,
be
don't fix it.
dating you. I'm not going to be doing this for like 2 years and you can't commit to me. Because at that point, if you can't commit to me, then I'm not for you. And I'm okay with knowing that. You know?
I understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is that you see this like becoming a committed relationship.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't still be here if I didn't. I feel like everything is so great with us. And I don't like saying that because I don't want to put it in the front like we have this great fucking relationship. There's times where you get annoyed at me and I get annoyed at you. And it's not like it's perfect. I do have to say, in the grand scheme of things, we have very great communication skills. And like, we kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses where we don't antagonize each other. You know, like even the other day, I was so anxious and you were talking to me in the car and I was just like, in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I am just so
when we were
anxious.
driving up to Shasta?
That's kind of why I kept getting back from the car in front. Like, but it had nothing to do with you.
Sure.
But it also took me to realize.
You know that you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm feeling anxious. Can we just have quiet time for now?
But I know sometimes when I say that, you are also like, I feel bad that you feel anxious. And it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But
then you did, I think, okay, if that being the case, you did the perfect thing. You went and took a nap.
Yeah.
You know, in the back of the
That's what I'm saying. Even my
van.
sister, I'll never forget, like, when you did that freaking trip, and I was pissed. And I called her, and I was, like, freaking the fuck out. And she's like, did you tell me, Phil? And I'm like, no. Because if I react like this to him, like, this will be it. Like, he won't deal with me acting like this. And she's like, you must really like him. I'm like, I know. I just, like, control it. And I'll just put it on you guys.
So a little backstory there. Shay is talking about, I went on a snowboarding trip, and I had told her I was going on the snowboarding trip, but I didn't tell her on which day I was leaving.
Yeah,
and
which is like telling me you're going to like
but
Alaska, but
hold
you're not
on,
gonna know when.
It was just going to Mammoth from San Diego. It wasn't like a big like ordeal or whatever. I wasn't getting on a flight, and that's why I didn't know what day I was going to leave, is because I was driving, so it wasn't that important. I knew I was leaving on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
I ended up leaving on Thursday, and for whatever reason you got upset, and I don't really know.
I didn't get upset.
Okay.
I did get upset, 100%. You didn't tell me when you were leaving, which I get. It wasn't intentional on your part. That's why I was like, okay, I'm not going to be like, and I fucking missed you. That's why after you texted me, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to tell him I'm fucking annoyed. Like, I'm so annoyed at you. I'm like, did you not realize I haven't talked to you all weekend? And you literally...
I was bragging to my friend that I was on the trip with. I was like, yeah, it's so nice. Like, I don't have to send her good morning texts, good night texts, updates on what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. I was like, we've been here for 3 days. She hasn't even texted me once. It's awesome.
I was fucking livid. Do you want to know when I went on a date?
Did you really?
Literally.
No way. That's so funny.
I was pissed.
Yeah, that's oh.
And I'm like, fuck. I want to be so impulsive and like...
See, so it worked out for you that we are not in a committed situation that you could just go be impulsive, and it's not even a thing.
Because then I'm on my date, and I'm like, I don't really want to be here with you.
Did you tell him that?
Literally.
No, you didn't.
Yes. I'm like, I'm definitely dating someone, and I'm pissed. And they're like, oh, this is why you're here with me? I'm like, 100%.
Wow.
I would be twiddling my thumbs, like... Then be here. Like, I don't need to do this. And you literally text me while I was at the gym, and I answered you so quick.
You're so funny. I want to know more about this. So where did you go?
Downtown. I was in Little Italy. Oh, I don't want to talk to you about this because I don't want to hear about your dates.
I don't go on dates.
No, you don't. But you also told me, and I realized... After Hawaii, don't ask questions I don't want the answer to. Because I'm like, did you go on a date when I was gone? You're like, yeah. And I'm like...
like, this motherfucker.
That is so... You could have lied. I'm
not going to lie to you.
I know, and I love that. I'm like, I could have taken one. A little white lie, and you could have been like the next morning, like, you know what, I did go on a date. We're in public.
That would...
I could have choked you on your bike when you were driving back.
You're crazy. So you want me to lie to you?
No.
Okay. So don't lie to you.
I realize I don't ask you questions because I don't want to know the answer to.
So, okay. Good. That's perfect. Okay. So I asked you where you see this going. You didn't give me a firm answer, but you said some kind of commitment.
I want to be committed.
I understand. And
what do you want?
I honestly don't know. I'll just be honest with you. I think about like living together. And, I think about those kinds of things because this is...
See, I don't think about that. When I think about committed, I think about us being committed to each other.
Yeah.
Living together is a whole other...
it's very different. I mean,
it's scary.
It is, like, because you give up your space, and it's especially scary for us because we both have remote jobs and work from home, and... I'm out and about a lot. My job requires that I drive around a lot. But when I'm not driving around, I'm at home, working on from my home office, and you do the same thing. And that would just be a lot of time together.
That I'm not worried about.
Oh, I know.
Because when, well, before I moved to California, I did a work from home space. So it's not like I'm opposed to like,
oh, like a co-work space?
Yeah, which I loved because I still like to be around, but whatever, that camaraderie. Sure. Mm-hmm. I think it's just the whole fact of being like, it's basically like, I don't want to get married, but it's basically being like.
But you want a ring. Oh,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. I want a ring to be like, we're committed to each other, not like.
A ring as a symbol of commitment.
Yeah, okay. But moving in together, who moves in with the intentions of moving out? Why would we move in?
Oh, that's fair. But so you've never had a roommate situation?
No, I'm only in college.
Because roommates move in together and knowing that they're not going to live together forever.
I've only done that in college. Anytime after college I've lived by myself was by myself.
Yeah.
Or with a partner.
A romantic partner.
Yeah, and that I only lived with one partner, and that was the person I was engaged to.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, you don't move in with like, okay, we're moving in after this lease ends. We can reevaluate, which I think is great. I think relationships should be like leases.
Okay.
Like honestly,
Re-up every month?
every month,
Every year?
every 2 weeks.
Well,
I want to bring you to the
I'm on a
dealership.
month-to-month lease.
Me too. But I like that. It's kind of like you bring your partner in, get them checked out. Are you still doing what I need you to do?
Is your credit score still 800?
If not, guess what?
Deuces.
I see that new 2027.
Model. It's just sitting out there waiting.
And what do you... Audi.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get your shit together. Or you can get lapped here in the dealership and I'm driving off with the newest baby.
Okay.
Fully loaded.
Message received. And with that, I think we will thank our listeners for putting up with our nonsense
As
all the
always.
way through season 1. It's been a wild ride. And I think it's been a great learning experience to start this podcast together and talk about everything from, sex to religion to college to, friendships and then our relationship.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. Thank you for just being on this ride with me, Shay.
You too, babe. I love you.
I love you too. And that, friends, is a wrap for season 1.
We love you. We'll see you in season 2.
Thanks for tuning in to Anything But Cliche. Hit follow, smash that subscribe button, and maybe even send this to someone who really needs to hear it. For the spicy stuff we don't say on air, follow the show on Instagram at @anythingbutcliche. And for the full episodes, blog, and more, visit olismedia.com. Anything But Cliche is proudly produced by Oles Media, an IVC media company.
Oles Media.